today's episode, we're going to be installing an amplifier and subwoofer into our 2000 XJ over here. You might recall on an earlier video where we actually installed this doubled-in radio into our XJ. Now if you haven't watched that video, it might be worth your while just to go and see how we did that. We've really appreciated having this radio in. It has helped a lot having Android Auto in here, as well as some navigation. So we're really happy with the install of this doubled-in, but we've decided that the sound out of the radio isn't really so good. Mainly because we're lacking some bass, which our little speakers down there aren't able to give us. I don't want to change the stock setup, so I've left the original stock speakers in there and at the back, but we need a little bit more sound on the bass. So we're going to install that amp and subwoofer into the Jeep today. Alright, so we've got a nice little package over here. Inside of it is our installation kit, which we will put to the side for now. And then we have over here our amplifier and subwoofer. I'm going to go ahead now quickly and open up this box here. So inside we have the documentation and a connector, and at the bottom over here we have the actual unit that we will be installing. So what you can see here is that this is actually a powered subwoofer, and what that means is that the amplifier is actually built into this subwoofer enclosure here. So it's a single unit that's both amplifier and subwoofer, and as you can see it's a very small compact unit. Now I've actually installed this unit into my LJ. It fits very nicely into the center console, standing up straight like this, and so I've been very impressed with this unit, so I've decided to use the same unit in my XJ. So the other little box that we've got is this installation kit. It's got a little earth strap. It's got the connectors that we need to connect the amp to the radio. It's got this power wire that runs to the amplifier, and then the remote wire from the radio to turn the amplifier on and off. This makes sure that our battery doesn't drain when we turn our ignition off. And then there's a little bunch of odds and ends inside of there. So I'm going to keep that all in there for now, and then we're going to go ahead and start the install into the Jeep. So I've been wondering where to install this amplifier. The one place that I've been thinking about is just behind the back seat over there somehow. My concern is that the seat doesn't close properly if we put it in there. So I don't think that this is going to be the very best location to place it. The other spot I have been looking at in installing this is if I can slide it underneath the seat over there and install it underneath the front seat. So that to me seems like the best place to put it, but I need to go and see if we can get it inside there under the front seat. Right, so the first thing we're going to have to do to see if we can fit that amplifier under the seat is actually to remove the front seat. So we're going to undo this bolt, this one, and the one on the other side. Now I've put some PB Blaster on here just to help release this one. I think we're going to have a bit of a struggle getting this one and possibly those bolts out. So let's go ahead and get these bolts out. Right, now as you might have seen, I'm really struggling to get that bolt undone. It's got a little bit of rust on it. So I took a look underneath the Jeep, and you can actually see the bottom of that bolt protruding over here. So I think before I break the head of that bolt off, what I want to do is just put some heat on this nut and see if we put some heat on, if that will release the bolt. Now I should be very careful that I don't burn the carpet that's inside here. So just going to be very careful applying this heat and then seeing if I can get that bolt to turn. Alright, so I've got my wrench on the other side. I'm just going to be putting some heat onto this fastener. Right, it was a bit of a struggle, but I did manage to get this bolt out. I ended up just using a power handle and a whole bunch of extensions to get in there, and just twisted it thinking I'd break the head off and then drill out the head from the top once the seat was out. But surprisingly the bolts did come loose. Now This bolt is not really in a good condition, so I'll see if I can find a cylinder bolt to replace this one with when I put this back together. But for now, this is out, so I can go ahead and pull out my seat. Alright, so just something to take note of if you do take your seat out is that the safety belt wire is still there. So I'm going to go ahead, see if I can get this loose, and we'll continue taking the seat out. Alright, so as you saw, I just used a small screwdriver to lift the tang to pull that connector out. Simple 2-wire connector. So I'll continue taking the seat out now. Alright, so there's a 23 years worth of mess underneath here. I'm going to grab the vacuum and quickly clean this out. At the same time, there's a little bit of rust damage on this seat base over here. So while this is out, I'm going to just grab the wire brush, clean this up, and put a coat of spray paint on there to stop this rust. Right, so this would have been my preferred location to install this powered subwoofer, but as you can see, I'm really going to struggle to get it to pass the seat over here and still fit in underneath there. You can see that even with it flat, we're higher than this front mounting point here, and I'll go and put it on the seat base now and you'll see how tight it is on the seat base. So you'll see that just under perfect conditions, it'll only just fit between those two rear mountings over there, with a slight gap to the front. And if you look over here, we might just be able to get the wires in and out over here, but we certainly will not be able to access any of these buttons down here. So I really don't think that this is going to work for an install. And even if we pulled it slightly forward over here, we're still very, very tight in this install space. So the only place I have left to install this powered subwoofer is actually underneath this rear seat of the Jeep here. Now it's very, very tight and it might rub slightly over there, but I really don't have any other place to put it at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and then run the cables. This changes how I run the cables. I'll have to run them down the side here and into this area where this wiring bundle over here runs. So I'm going to have to run my wires down there. I'm going to go ahead and do that so long. It'll be easier to work without the seat here, and then I can just put the seat back when I've finished. Alright, so in my Jeep's footwell over here, I need to figure out how to get the wires through. So if you look right up there, you'll see that there is this cap that's in there. Now if you had a manual transmission, you would have your clutch coming through over there. So what I'm going to do is drill a hole through this piece over here. That way I don't actually damage the firewall, and I can run my power cable and grommet through there and into the cabin area. And if I ever have to remove it or want to remove it, it's easy enough to put a new cap in there. So I'm going to run my wires into here and then behind this panel to the back. So we're going to now drill through there. I'm going to punch a little mark and then drill a little pilot hole, and I'll drill it just big enough to install this grommet that came with the kit, and then once that's done, we'll start threading the wire through that hole. Right, so that the next thing that we have to do is connect our wiring to the back of the radio. So in order to do that, we've got to take this bezel out. So we'll follow the same way we did it before. We're going to turn the ignition of the car on and shift it into first gear. That'll give us a little bit of space to work between the center console and there. So the next thing that we need to do is just grab the center console at the back and pull it back here and there, and that will unclip it, and then the whole center console comes off. And now we have access to the radio itself, so we're just going to undo these screws over here, and then we'll pull this radio out so that we can access the wires at the back. Now that we have access to the back of the radio, we just disconnect that. We're going to need to access those subwoofer connections over there, and then we've got to find the sense wire that's over here. So I'm going to go ahead, find that sense wire, and then make the necessary connections. Alright, so what I've done is I have snipped this wire over here, which is my blue sense wire. I'm going to splice this wire together here. This one is going to the amp. I'm going to splice those two together, and then I'll just put a connector in to connect these two together over here. And then I've installed the wires going to the amp, which are these two over here. I've got red connected to clear and black to white. So I'll run those two to the back, get this done, and then we can connect up and test it. If you've watched the other videos that I've made of installing the radio, you'll see that I have ran my USB as well as my HDMI cables here into my center console. So I've decided to also install the remote for the amp here in the center console. Now I just need to get some screws, but I'll mount that fixed position over there in the front of the center console. So the next thing that I'm going to do is bundle and put all of these wires away. We've got the power wire, the remote wire, the amp wire, and then as well as the remote wire. So all of these need to be clipped neatly inside of there, and I'll just use these clipping points that are already existing and zip tie them together, and then once that's done I can reinstall the covers. Right, so I've made all my connections. I have power, I have the remote, I have ground, I have the volume remote over here, as well as my line in. So the last thing I want to do before I test this system is to actually go and install the fuse. I've purposely left the fuse out while I was doing the wiring so that I had no chance of the earth wire making contact with ground. So I'm going to go and pop this in now and then run a quick test. Right, so it's a little hard to see, but over here is my fuse holder. So I'm going to pop this 30 amp fuse in there. That. All right, and right, we're ready to go and test our powered subwoofer. So I've just taken the Jeep out for a drive to hear the difference that subwoofer makes, and I really do appreciate that subwoofer. It's not overwhelming, but it does help fill in those deep sounds, so really a great install. So there's not much to see after this install, but if I do flip up the rear seat, you can see the subwoofer over there. So all in all, a good install. I really like the way that came out. Radio is back together over there, and so that's it. Good to go.
People can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.